Hello everyone, welcome back to Sakura Agent, and this is definitely the first time we're recording this.
Yep,
For sure.
definitely.
No one can prove otherwise.
Shut up.
So in the last episode, what the hell happened in the last episode?
In the last episode, we met Matsumi,
right,
and then...
Akira got into trouble for her over-ambitious way of dealing with one of the space squids. But
squished it like a bug.
we are left with a mystery, as Kimiko wonders.
Just who is she anyway?
I can only shrug in response to her question. Your guess is as good as mine. Some new addition to the agency, probably from some foreign country. It's not really our place to question why she's here, right?
Of course it is. She's already caused both of us a lot of trouble.
She crosses her arms and stares at me. Look, the most important thing is that we have to show her the ropes. Or rather, I have to.
But as your assistant, I have to help you too. I am your assistant, right?
Yeah, that's right. I don't really want to get you into trouble too, is all.
Oh, God, a double negative. If I had not wanted to bother with trouble, I would have... God. Oh, no. She has a double negative somewhere, but this is very badly translated. If I hadn't wanted to bother with trouble, I would have registered my complaint a long time ago.
A heavy sigh escapes from her lips.
Honestly, Akira, after all we've been through together, you don't think that I can't help you with this too? Ugh!
It's not that. I just shake my head. It's just been a long day, that's all. Why don't we get something to eat in the night district?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
You're a bit quiet. After settling down at a bar, we've managed to shake off that awkward atmosphere from before.
Hey, don't go drinking too much beer. It'll make your stomach flabby.
Don't worry about me, Kimiko.
Who else is going to worry about you if I don't?
You don't trust in my ability to look after myself?
I don't. At all.
Now there's a blow to my ego. As we continue talking, I can't help but notice a familiar face in the crowd. Wait.
What is it?
Kimiko turns around.
Masumi? What's she doing here?
That's what I want to know too. I wander over to Masumi. Kimiko walks over too. Hey, you! She turns around to look at me with those bright eyes.
Akira! I was wondering where you went. They told me that you usually go to this bar when you're not at HQ.
And why did you want to see me?
To say sorry. I got you in a lot of trouble back there. You most certainly did. Haven't you ever thought of what'll happen before you do something?
Come on, Kimiko, give it a rest. Masumi looks up at me. Say, you're new around here, aren't you?
Well, yeah. I'm not from the city, so I don't know my way around very much.
Well, rookie, why don't I show you around? I'm sure Kimiko wouldn't mind either.
Well, I guess you're part of our team now, so we'll have to show you the ropes. Okay.
She seems to be in higher spirits already. Why don't we take her to that noodle place?
I guess we can.
We wander over to where the best restaurants in the district are. This is my favorite noodle shop in town. They always do great dishes. We quickly order our dishes and sit down. It arrives in steaming bowls before we can even have a conversation. Masumi quickly tears into her meal. Hey, slow down. I don't get paid that much.
Sorry, I can't help myself. I have such a big appetite.
Probably a side effect from her powers. I imagine that having that much strength would probably require a huge food intake.
So, Masumi, you said you weren't from around here? Yep. My hometown is a lot more boring than this place.
And so how did you end up here?
A bunch of weird guys showed up at my house one day, and somehow they knew about me being different.
Probably agents who scout for potential talent out in the fields.
A bunch of those breaches kept happening in our town, but the locals dealt with it themselves. Dealt with it themselves? Yep. It was kind of hard to live a normal life. But thanks to everyone, we were able to fight them off every time.
And the agency never came around to clean them up for you?
It was a quiet little town, so not really.
I guess the agency can't be everywhere at once.
Everyone there knew about the breaches, so I could just squish the thingies that came out of them every time.
Ah, squish the thingies. She closes her hand as if squashing something in it.
I thought it was the same around here, but I guess that's just plain wrong. So, sorry about that.
Kimiko seems to be satisfied with her answer.
It's just a misunderstanding then. And what about when we first saw you? Oh, I just saw the breach and knew immediately what I had to do. Squash them like the nasty bugs they are.
She seems rather proud of herself. Well, you did help out that day, but you have to have a bit of discretion around here. Kimiko seems to be stifling a laugh. What's so funny?
You're one of the least discreet people I know, Akira. It's just funny to hear you talking about it.
Oh, come on now, I'm not that lacking in discretion, am I?
Akira, I have stories.
She just gives me
embarrassing stories.
She just gives me a funny look. Masumi tilts her head to the side. It's nothing. Don't worry. Eat up, rookie.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I should have said that. My poor wallet will be weeping tonight. After getting Masumi safely back to HQ, Kimiko and I returned home. That was a lot of fun, don't you think? What's the deal with you? You've been acting sullen ever since she showed up.
I don't like this.
You don't like her?
No, it's not her specifically. I just liked it better when it was just me and you.
She's blushing and looks really shy. Oh, hell. I can only assume one thing about this, but I'm not going to outright say it. I just have to keep rolling with things as they are. If the agency knew about Kimiko's feelings, then that would compromise her mission. After all, they say she's my assistant, but she's really there to keep watching me. So if they knew, they would probably reassign her immediately. And we probably wouldn't see each other again. So for now, I'll just play the fool. Well, whether we like it or not, this is the hand we've been dealt. All we can do is our best with what we've been given.
I wish that I could so easily accept these things. It's like you really don't mind what happens to you at all.
Hey, it's not like it doesn't bother me. I just don't waste my time dwelling on how it could have been different. That kind of thinking just makes you depressed.
I suppose so.
Anyway, I'd better change the topic. Masumi just seems a little bit out of place in this big city. That's all. We just have to help her adjust.
I guess so. That power of hers is really something else, too.
It's one thing to have power, but it's another thing to use it effectively. She's obscenely strong, but she has no finesse to her techniques at all.
Now that you mention it, she swiped that entangler more like it was a fly than an enemy.
Yeah, from her perspective, it probably is akin to a fly. Something that you swat. But I think if it came down to a fight, finesse would be sheer power. Something like your power would be effective against her, I think.
Well, I wouldn't like to think that I'd have to fight another agent. Even if she's an annoying country bumpkin with no subtlety at all.
Ah, there's that tongue thing again. Now, there's no need to be calling someone else a bumpkin.
And her choice of clothes is obscene.
I really want to point out the hypocrisy here. Kimiko isn't even aware she's exposed 90% of the time. Mind you, I don't go out of my way to tell her. I'm polite like that. If that's how she likes to dress, then we should just let her roll with it.
I guess.
Kimiko doesn't look like she's going to give up on that point. Anyway, it's been a bit exhausting today. We should both get some shut-eye.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Good night, Kimiko.
Good night, Akira.
What time is it? Why am I waking up so early? Wait, I think I can hear someone in the apartment. Looking at the clock, I realize that it's way too early for Kimiko to be up yet. Then who could possibly be there? Who indeed? Well, I hardly doubt you're here to give me a warm welcome. I get my gun. Putting my ear against the door, I do hear someone moving around. Whoever could be in there. A robber, maybe? Bursting through the door, I point my gun toward the kitchen's entrance. Who's there? Stepping into the kitchen, I make sure to aim at where I hear the noises coming from. Okay.
Wow. That sure is something.
That is an incredible phallic banana. An incredibly phallic banana, rather.
Sure is.
Boy, that was a Freudian slip if there ever was one. Also, why is she now wearing one sock? Or stocking or whatever.
Was she wearing that before? I don't remember.
No.
That's weird.
That leg is bare, I think. What? Or maybe not. Who knows? Who knows or cares?
I've given up trying to understand Sakura clothes, although the next time a weird outfit pops up, I'm probably going to question it.
Looking back at me with a banana halfway into her mouth is none other than Masumi.
Oh, hey Akira. What's up?
Please tell me what you're doing in my apartment. Part of me is relieved, but another part is kind of worried.
I just happened to follow you home. Sorry, I'm really quite full after that meal you shared with me. So I hope you don't mind if I help myself out to some of your stuff in your fridge.
I shake my head at her. Couldn't you have just asked? Seriously, I had my gun on me. I could have accidentally hurt you.
Don't worry about me. I'm too tough to be hurt by bullets.
She makes some kind of awkward flexing pose as she leans back. Flexing doesn't really work when you have no muscle definition.
Aw, don't be such a quirt.
She pouts a little bit. I see you're still dressed in your usual attire.
Yep.
She sticks out her chest, the tiny bikini covering it up, stretching to the breaking point. Although Kimiko makes a huge fuss about how you dress, I find it pretty appealing.
Thanks. I really like this look too.
Masumi goes back to chewing on her banana.
Bananas are the best. Just love how perfectly shaped they are for feeding a mouth.
Okay.
Like someone's hair with a perfect fit.
She slides more and more of the fruit into her mouth. Am I just imagining things, or is this strangely erotic? Well, I'm glad you like them. She bites down on it lightly, just enough for the pressure to sink into it. Then she takes a proper bite, happily chewing.
Bananas are the best.
She mumbles in between mouthfuls of banana. You really shouldn't talk with your mouth full. She pouts at me a little bit.
I'll talk whenever I want. No, tell my mother.
Okay. No need to get offended. Well, it worked out that it's not a threat. I'm going back to bed. Remember, rookie, next time you visit, ask for permission first.
No problem, Akira. See you later today.
Yeah, see you then. I slowly exit the kitchen, leaving her to finish her snack. Something tells me that it will be a good idea not to mention this to Kimiko. It's probably a good bet. Kimiko seems to be a bit better than yesterday.
So, Akira, I have a new batch of orders for us from HQ.
What is it they want this time?
Apparently there's been a lot of breaches occurring along the coastlines.
Who could have thought? Space squids like the sea.
I wish you wouldn't call them space squids. They're entanglers.
But that's what they are, glorified squids from space.
Well, you'll just have to deal with it. A couple of agents are going to be assigned for lookout duty. Since activity around the coast has been spiking lately, they suspect that something big is about to go down.
I still don't know where these breaches are even coming from. But it's obvious there's some sort of intelligent force behind it. After all, the Entangler invasion we dealt with the other day definitely showed that they were being controlled by something. So, we're going to be stationed at the coast for a while?
Yep, that's the gist of it.
Sounds like it could be a lot of fun. I haven't been down to the beach in ages.
Come on, Akira, you know full well that you can't slack off. So don't think of it as fun.
But her tone doesn't match what she's saying at all. I can tell that you are just looking forward to it too. That was not what was written at all.
It would be unprofessional for me to do anything like that.
I'm guessing the rookie will be coming with us too.
Well, yes. She's assigned to you, so wherever you go, she's going to be following.
I can't help but notice a little disappointment in her voice. Alright then, so how long will we be out there?
A few days, perhaps. We're just mobilizing to deal with whatever's going to happen.
As we continue talking, I see someone walk out of one of the office rooms. But we'll have to wait 24 hours before we know who that is, although I'm sure everyone is correctly guessing who it is. But for now, that'll do it for today. So thank you all very much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow for another episode.
Bye!